This world is not what you think it is. This world is not what you think it is.
If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are, who made the guess, or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. That's all.
You know how I reported recently that they changed on Einstein's theory of general relativity on the Wikipedia page? They removed the word superseded and they replaced it with refined. And then there was a bit of back and forth in the history about who was doing what and for what reason. And basically it demonstrates they don't like certain phrases. Well, that fiend has striked again on Wikipedia.
Ah, here it is. Yeah, with the Wayback Machine. Yep. Let me make it a little bigger. yeah.
They don't like it, do they? They have to change their science for no good reason other than to hide keywords like superseded rather than refined and cause and effect. And now it's just missing.
Yep, there it is right there. Experiments provide insight into cause and effect. Yeah. Too funny.
And yeah, it's pretty sad that they had to take it out of Wiki. I mean, they're changing the rhetoric in real time, and it's obvious.
But their projected criticism of us back in 2015, 16, and spilling into 2017. If I say these two words, I'm sure it'll prick the hairs on the back of everyone's necks up. Flat earthers are, quote, science deniers, and how the tables have turned.
Exactly.
What that was projection of their own failings. Like any con man, most of the long con is built up on bluff. Well, they were bluffing us the whole time. We've got science. Science proves we're on a spinning ball. That's what we were told. What are flat earthers? Well, they're science deniers. Well, let's break that down. What does that actually mean? It means they're projecting their pseudoscience as proving things, whilst simultaneously calling us pseudoscience deniers. Now, I'm happy to, now that it's been broken down, go along with that. Yeah, we are absolutely denying what they call science. Because it isn't science, it's pseudoscience. Now, the tables have turned 2017, 18 and 19 to the point where, like you say, they're having to edit Wiki to change the fundamental principles of science so that it meets their ends when they peddle their pseudoscience. Well, isn't this an interesting turn of events? The flat earthers are the ones talking about actual science, cause and effect relationships, hypothesis-based predictions that are validated or invalidated by systematic experimentation. We, the flat earthers, are talking about science. The purveyors of the heliocentric model aren't. They're pseudoscientists. And this is what will change the game in this arena. The recognition of this very detail. The people who tell you are on a globe are pseudoscientists. They don't have any scientific validity. And what are we talking about here and trying to educate our audience in as flat earthers? Actual science. Legitimate cause and effect relationships being established through scientific prediction hypothesis that's validated or invalidated with systematic experimentation. That's what we're talking about as flat earthers. Quick, censor them! I get a fair few compliments on my ability to debate people, and the main thing, the main point, the one crucial detail that I've learned that means I win when debating flat earth is this. Knowing what actual science is means I win. It is pretty much as simple as that. With that one bit of advice, if you can understand and argue from a position of actual science, and I'm going to say it again, we're flat earthers giving you this information. Abide by the scientific method and you'll win as a flat earther. What does that tell you, globies? That when you fight with us using empiricism and science, you lose. That says it all. I'm getting all fired up for a reason. We've been lied to, right? The Earth's not a sphere. Why have we been lied to? Well, because people peddle pseudoscience and call it science. And then you come to a flat earth channel like this, Quantum Eraser channel, he's predominantly talking about the nature of our reality. The nature of our reality being it's a plane, it's not a sphere flying through a vacuum. And we're the ones that get censored. We're the ones that get wiki disclaimers below us, talking about reifications of flat earth models being archaic. That's what we get for telling our audience, use the scientific method. Stick to it, and you'll find out more about your reality with empiricism. And if you use that in this arena of debating about the nature of our Earth, you'll win against people who assert that the Earth's a globe. If you stick to the scientific method. I mean, this should resonate with everybody in the audience, not just flat earthers that listen to the show and go, yay, he's got him over a barrel with a question about whether or not they've established cause and effect and got empiricism for their claim when talking about a bloody star or something nonsensical like travelling to the moon. No, they haven't got any of this. None of it's scientifically validated. And this is how we're winning. With real science. Something that nobody in high-up academia is ever going to disagree with you on. In other words, as a flat earther, you can argue this subject up to the level of academia, and unless they're indoctrinated globe-worshipping slaves or zealots, they can't disagree with you. You're the one who's right when you're arguing from the position of the scientific method, not the globe heads, not the people who believe the space is real. This is, to me, quite amazing. It was back when I first got hold of the information. It got quickly shattered. I'll mention him now. When I was told, oh no, this knife cuts both ways. One day you'll be chopping Bob Nodell's head off with the exact same information. But that aside, it's glorious, right? We're winning as flat earthers because we're adhering to the scientific method. Isn't that glorious? It is for me. I think it's fantastic. A method that's absolutely ingrained in academia and has established bettering society with technology based on the application of that scientific method. Things move on in life because of this method, and it's on our side as flatties. Wonderful. Sorry about my extended diatribe. Should we continue with the presentation?
No, it's warranted. It's like a nice warm blanket, isn't it?
Yeah, knowing that you're right, and the people who are actually doing things that benefit humanity, not the ones coming up with just so stories, the ones that actually advance society. So yeah, science doesn't seem all that useful when people present certain experimental data. You go, oh, what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean a great deal to the general public until technology comes along based on that experiment. Then people are all for whatever it is that you're validating through systematic experimentation because it becomes useful to them, normally much further down the line. But nothing that's punted from the pseudoscience religion of a globe is useful. None of it's useful. The only things they pretend that are useful in their model were predicted long before the heliocentric model even existed. So their claim bloody predictions aren't that great. The fact that they've managed to wrap them around a sphere is just a testament to how much they want their religion to work. It doesn't actually do anything useful. Science, on the other hand, does. It progresses humanity, and it's on Flat Earth's side. Make no mistake.
If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.